Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to you all present here today. My name is Haziq. Today with Mr. Iskandar as he will be discussing social media marketing. If you have any questions regarding to this topic, do leave them in the comment section down below and Mr. Iskandar will answer them right after he finishes presenting. Without further ado, I'll pass the mic to Mr. Iskandar.
Right. Okay. Assalamualaikum and good day, everyone. First of all, thank you so much to Mr. Haziq as the moderator for today. And also, a lot of thanks to Excel Academy for inviting me over social media marketing preview. Yeah, for this course preview. So, again, it's never too late to wish you all Selamat Hari Raya Maaf Zahir dan Batin. Okay. After all, Raya kan sebulan kan? Okay. All right. So let me first introduce myself. All right. I'll go on to the next slide. My name is Iskandar Daniel, and for the record, I am a serial young entrepreneur. Okay. By what I mean by serial entrepreneur is that I have been and is still in multiple industries. Okay, such as e-commerce, F&B, automotive. I do have my used car dealership, right? Event management, marketing and advertising, training and consultancy, and few other sectors lah. All right. And besides my business portfolio, I'm also a lead investor in a venture capital, and currently we are investing inside this medical sector. Yeah, right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, besides my investment and also my business portfolio, right, I am also a certified HRD Corp trainer and certified Google and Microsoft advertiser. Yeah. So combining all my backgrounds and also my expertise as a trainer and also a practitioner, I can help to add value to your business or to your organization to run marketing or advertisements, okay, effectively within a stipulated budget. Okay, so that is how we run by being a business person. Yeah, right. Okay, a little bit about my experience in training. I've trained more than 6,000 micro businesses over these past 2 years, and also more than 2,500 plus retrenched and unemployed. Yeah. And these trainings have been run over more than 44,000 training hours, which is equivalent to training 500 plus training days. Right? Let's keep that to short and let's go to the course preview. So, ladies and gentlemen, social media marketing course preview. And we are talking about what are the objectives for this course. Yeah. So, the objectives are for the learners to know their target customers and plan for the market segmentation. Okay. So, it does not mean that uh, you have to target everyone. Okay, you don't have to target everyone for your particular product or your business. Okay, so you need to understand more about segmentizing your customer. Okay, to add, okay, to add value proposition to your customers. Okay, so we often hear that in order for you to sell your item or your product or your services, you need to add the you need to have the added value, kan? Right? But in this case, when we are talking about added value, it means for specific uh, market or specific segment or specific groups, they have different type of value for them. Okay, so if you ask someone who is in the let's say, okay, if you ask a student, okay, if you ask a student what are the values that they need, okay, and if you ask a working adult what are the values that they need or what do they value more, okay, let's give an example whereby we are talking about uh, how to sell a product, okay, or how to market a product. So if you target students, how they behave and who they mingle around with actually shapes up their mind and behavior. So it's different to working adults who have families, right? So for working adults who have families, they value time with their family, time for them to rest. But for students, They don't know what is the uh, they don't know what is the meaning of resting. What they want is to enjoy and enjoy. So if you sell a product to working adult and you are talking about fun, when you are talking about fun, you are what we meant is that we have no rest, right? So what happens then is that you might not be able to effectively get revenue in because it is not the value for those working adults. However, if you're talking about by buying your product or services, they can save a lot of time and their time can be spent on their family and so on. Well, that might work for working adults with families. Okay, that is just an example. Yeah. Right. So the next one is learners would be able to understand social media platform role. As we know, we have a lot of social media outside there: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and a lot more. To be honest, yeah. But do we know uh, how do they work? Yeah. By what I mean, how do they work? It means that how do users use their social media platforms? Yeah. For example, when we go through Instagram, it's all about scrolling and looking for graphics. Okay, looking at pictures. So imagine if there are a lot of writings inside Instagram feed, would you stop by and and look towards it? Most probably no. Why? Because people know Instagram is all about the pictures, right? Okay, you wanted to see update from people, and hence that is why you look through their pictures. Oh, okay, Abu is going for holiday and so on. Okay, so understanding these roles would actually help you to spend your budget for marketing effectively. Okay, so you know where to spend on, right? You can allocate the budget. Okay, for Facebook, since you know your target customers and you know where they are, okay, then you can spend the ratio of your budget accordingly. Okay, it doesn't have to be like you bahagi or divide sama rata or divide it accordingly equivalent for all of the platform. No, you can actually spend more on Facebook, spend a little bit less in Instagram, and spend the most in TikTok, for example. Yeah, right? And last but not least, the objectives that we would like you as the learners would be able to get after this course would be to adopt Facebook and Instagram ads particularly. Okay, why do we say about Facebook and Instagram ads even though there are a lot of social medias outside there? Okay, it's particularly because of this. The fundamental of advertisement remains the same. Okay, hence working with Facebook ads, actually we are hitting uh, two birds with one stone. Yeah, because they are using the same platform. So the fundamentals are just the same. If we go through with Twitter ads, and then you still need to learn about Facebook and Instagram ads. So it's like, it's going through another way, but you are taking a longer way. So hence that is why we would like you to be able to adopt the Facebook and Instagram ads as your foundation of social media marketing, right? So these are the objectives for the course. Now, let's look at what you would be able to do. What are the outcomes that you will get after you undertake this course, right? At the end of this course, learners, you as the learners, would be able to plan and run advertisements on different social medias. Okay, meaning that you can run advertisements, paid advertisements, and also zero cost advertisements on different social medias. Yeah, and then you can also evaluate the effectiveness of the advertisement. So what we would like, okay, I mean everyone could run advertisement, but how do you ensure that your advertisement are effective or non-effective? Okay, so what are the metrics that we are looking at? So this is all you will learn inside this course. Yeah. Next is to understand how users engage with brands today to create a clear marketing strategy from web, mobile to using social media. Okay, this one is very important. So across these few years, a lot of demographic shift and consumer behavior shift has been happening. Okay, so Last time before COVID came in, once people are, people are used to what they are doing, okay, it's easy to pick up their behavior. But ever since COVID came in, right, or with all the PKP, MCO and so on, okay, people have learned to adapt. So with these changes, when they have high adaptability, it means that their behavior could change in an overnight. Okay, it could easily change. Today you see Abu is like this, and tomorrow you see Abu is like a different person. But that is what is happening today. Yeah, it's because they have high adaptability. They are used to adapt to challenges. Okay, hence this is why you need to understand how the users engage with the brand today. Okay, and don't be surprised that your loyal brand advocates or your loyal brand fans would be your enemy in just an overnight. Okay, all right. Fourth is for you to develop viable content and attractive copywriting. Well, of course, with this being said, we would be learning all the hard selling, soft selling, storytelling, and so on, in order to ensure that you can run your advertisement or marketing effectively. Okay, because at the end of the day, apart from reading, apart of looking at the graphics, people also would like to read. But how long do they like to read? Okay, we don't know. It depends on who your target customers or your market segmentations. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. All right. However, I would like to highlight one thing. Yeah, we can see that the newer generations actually their attention span is getting lower and lower. So how do we cope up our copywriting together with their attention span? If you write it too long, then it might not attract them to read. If we write it too short, there might be some informations that we left out. So how do we go about this, right? So this is where you will learn how to develop the content writing and the copywriting. Yeah. And last but not least, of course, in everything that you do, you must learn about the principle. There are some principles or rules that you need to abide to ensure the effectiveness. Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, um, out from these trainings, okay, when you have completed these trainings, you can know what are the principles and the rules to abide, okay, meaning that you have to follow to ensure that the advertisement that you do would be not only effective, okay, but you can also save a lot of time rather than keep optimizing that will waste a lot of your time and your resource. Okay, so that is what we hope that you could get after you have attended to this training. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the um, what are the modules that we will learn in this course. Yeah, there's actually 5 modules. All right, and I will briefly explain to you what we will learn across these 5 modules. Okay, so the first one, as you can see here, we will be talking about the customer persona and market segmentation. Okay, we will be plotting in the customer persona that consists of their geographic, demographic, behavior, psychographic, and also needs and goals. Okay, so from this customer persona, okay, you could plot in the value added or added value for them, okay, so that it might help you to have a good I would say good marketing mix, yeah, all these 7 P's or 5 P's, okay, so that you could do that and ensure that your offerings would be super powerful for them. Okay, it is something that they couldn't resist. Okay, so a lot of marketers outside there, they don't understand this. They thought that, you know what, if I know how to run Facebook ad, that's good enough. But no, how marketing works is not on how you can utilize the tools, but it's how about you understand your customer and play with the art that your customer would love to play with, right? It's like this. If someone wants Milo Ice, okay, Milo Ice. So they go to your shop, they said, "Hi, Mr. Chew, can I have Milo Ice?" Okay, and then turns out you give him a cup of ice, a cup of hot water, and a sachet of Milo. Okay, is that what they want? Although it meets their need, they want Milo Ice, and they can exactly do it from scratch lah. Meaning that they can open up the sachet, put it inside the hot water, and then stir it, and then put it inside the ice can, or ice put it inside the Milo. However, it would be much more straightforward and much more happy for them if you give them the Milo Ice that you have made for them. Okay, so it's all about that. Marketing is all about that. If the customer want Milo Ice, you give them Milo Ice lah. Why do you give them a cup of ice and then a cup of hot water and then a sachet of Milo kan? Okay, so that is all about the customer persona. So after you have gone through the customer persona, you know how to plot in and so on. Okay, we will move on to the market segmentation. Okay, if you have heard about the term of being niche, yeah, into the niche market. So when we talk about a niche market, right? Okay, this is where it works. We are not talking about niche industry, but we're talking about the niche market. Okay, you need to profile your customers, or you need to plot in your customer persona and put them into the group who has the similarities of behavior. Okay, with this it's easier for you to tally up your value, and you know how much customers that you can get out of this. Okay, so this being said, okay, if you chose the wrong if you wrongly segmentize your market, what would happen is that your pool would be too small. Okay, your pool would be too small, and when you wanted to offer value to your customer, you would end up spending a lot more cost on the resources of the value to be given. Let's say, for instance, if you wanted to give free gifts to your customer, right? Okay, and if your market segment is too small, you're talking about too small, it means that you have lowered your chance to sell more. You are just attending to that particular small group of customers, and then in order for you to buy the free gifts, since there are not a lot of customers, okay, and again to be I mean to share with you that not all of your market segment would buy from you. Okay, you will end up paying over the odds for the free gifts. You know, if you buy more, okay, if you buy more, you could actually save a lot of resource, right? You will have like special discount and so on. But this time around, since your market is too small, then you have to spend more for the free gifts. Okay, so that is the thing that we will learn. Okay, how we will learn inside this market segmentation. We will be talking about TAM, total available market, and then service able available market, SAM, and then last but not least is the SOM. Okay, service able obtainable market. Okay, this one would actually blow your mind, and it will help you to scale from I would say from a 4-figure business to a 7-figure business, just like how I did it within 6 months. Yeah, so this is a real story. I've been there, I've done it. All right, so I'll just share with you how I do it, because I really do understand my customers. Okay, so that would be on the module 1. So that would be I would say the real art of marketing. Yeah. Okay, next would be creating an audience profile for your content writing. So you have plotted down your customer persona to get more, insights on what they want. Okay, it's actually for your marketing mix, right? The 7 piece or 5 piece, or yeah, how many piece lah? Okay, some said it's 4. Okay, but I usually use 7. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, creating an audience profile, and we are talking about content writing over here. So when you create an audience profile, okay, you can use this audience profile as a part of your content writing. That could also mean storytelling, for example. Okay, so this will help your brand to scale like the fastest growing companies outside there. Okay, and those companies, apart from putting in their money in paid advertisement or zero cost and so on, they also love to storytell and create their audience profile, create multiple market segment, and from this multiple market segment, they create their customer persona and profile this audience and do their storytelling and content writing to ensure that the brand has loyal fans and it keeps their businesses organic growth at a maximum level. Okay, in this module we will also learn that why followers, or I mean I would say why follows, likes and retweets or comments are not good goals. So is there any other goals that we will be is there any other metrics, I would say metrics, yeah, that is better than follow, likes and retweets? Yes, there are, but of course I couldn't tell you here, you need to join the class, yeah, right? And well, I've mentioned it in the third point, picking the right metrics for you to measure how your content writing and storytelling actually effective or not to help your brand growth. And then letting data to dictate the content you create. Okay, this one is very important. So often businesses, they thought that, you know what, I've done the audience profile, I've done plotting in the customer persona, so I know how and what my customer wants. But again, what we were doing beforehand would be just a mere assumption with eliminating, um, with eliminating the most possible negative outcomes. Okay, but again, it is still a mitigated. I would call it is as a mitigated assumption. Okay, once you run it, then you will get to know what type of content that actually works for you. Okay, so hence letting data to dictate the content you create is something that you need to learn how to track this data. We are not talking about data analytics as in detail, but there are some things that you need to look at when you wanted to have this data to actually dictate the content you create. Okay, at first you dictate the content, you create the content, you dictate the content however you want. But after running through few samples of content, few postings of contents, now you need to let the data dictate on how you will create the content. So this will help you not only to save resource by having another, idea generator or another staff to help you to generate ideas. Because why? Now you have the data to help you to show what are the um, most effective contents that will help your brand to scale, right? Okay, and last but not least is to set up your content tracking system. Okay, it is not actually a system lah, okay, but I would say it's a so-called system. Okay, how do you track your content? It's basically from these metrics. Okay, so hence in this part, we will also touch a little bit about smart objectives. That is, I would say, the foundation of digital marketing. Yeah, right. So moving on to the module number 3, this is where we will start introducing the social media marketing. Okay, meaning that we will just do on the surface level, such as what is social media marketing and what is the difference between social media marketing and also search engine marketing. Okay, and then what are the perks if we were to adopt social media marketing, because there is a case study, yeah, an honest case study, real case, okay, real life case study, whereby we actually, me personally, I helped our government agency MDEC to optimize their social media marketing and to reduce their marketing budget to a minimum. Okay, this is where the comparison between traditional and also social media marketing would be shown. Okay, I'll just give you a little bit of hint. Okay, if you are talking about spending on flyers, yeah, okay, your cost is not only on the flyers. Okay, your cost would be on the resources to create the flyers, such as designer, and then you need to pay for the flyers. So there's already two costs, and last cost would be on the human resource, in which you need to pay part timers, or you need to appoint staff, or you need to pay a company to send out the flyers. So these are the three costs that will actually eat up the most of your budget. However, okay, as we know that flyers are mainly for brand awareness, this could actually be changed into social media marketing. It's easy for you to do posting, posting in Facebook and then run the ads from there. It's much more cheaper. I would say it could be up to 10 times or even 100 times cheaper. Okay. As an example, I've done okay, this one might be a little bit out from social media marketing. Okay. I've tried Google ads. Yeah, I've run Google Ads, and from Google Ads itself, I've gotten 5 million impressions, meaning that 5 million people has been looking at the ads for only 580 ringgit. Okay, and I firmly believe that if we were to print out 5 million flyers, the cost would be like absurdly high, and you can, I think it might go more than hundred of thousands. Yeah, okay, within the three costs. Okay, so with social media marketing, it can help you to reduce your marketing budget by a lot. Okay, next, for you to explore the social media marketing. Okay, by what I mean exploring social media marketing is for you to set up the uh, uh, set up the page, explore which platform and what are the functions of the platform. Okay, say for example, have you heard of Twitter trends? Okay, so a lot of people, they don't know what are the things that are trending. So some of them who are used to Twitter, they know that Twitter is real life. So if something happens, it goes up trend, it goes up to the trend, like within few seconds or few minutes. Kan ada satu benda jadi, and then one people tweet, and then retweet, 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 and then suddenly becoming a trend, something that is happening right now. Okay, so these are the things that you need to explore, although you are not the user of Twitter, for example. So let's say if you are a user of Twitter, okay, and you are not often being in the TikTok platform, or also Facebook platform. So you also need to learn how this page works and what can you get from this page. Okay, I'm not asking you to create the profile or create a page in TikTok, but understanding how it can help your business could help you to leverage on this platform and plan your budget accordingly, or I mean, yeah, you could plan your budget accordingly lah. Let's say if you know your customers are in Twitter, you spend 70% more on Twitter, 10% in Facebook, 15% in Instagram, and 5% in TikTok, for example. Yeah. So next, in also module 3, we'll be talking about the surface of Facebook and Instagram ads, and why are they connected together, and how do we surfacely, okay, how do we run Facebook and Instagram ads. Okay, and module 3 would also introduce you to what type of copywritings and content creation that we will learn. Okay, let's say for instance in copywriting there are two type, okay, which is the first one is hard selling and soft selling. Okay, besides soft selling, how what are the type of soft selling that is there? Okay, there's storytelling, a lot of other copywriting punya methods lah. Okay, that we will briefly talk about in module 3. And then in module 3, we will also introduce to you how to create your content. Even you, without being a digital marketer, could create your own graphics. Okay, we will introduce you to Canva, and of course, during that time, it will take a lot of your time. Yeah, in order for you to practice Canva, it will take a lot of time. So we will cut short everything in module 3 as the introduction. Okay, so you are not surprised with what you will be learning. Okay, then in module 4 we will be breaking them down to 4.1 and 4.2. Okay, in this we will be learning about how to create your Facebook page and your Instagram page, how to link them together, and we will also explore what they call as meta business suite, an integrated dashboard, for you to handle your Facebook and Instagram page. Okay, it means that you can handle the Facebook comment, Instagram comment, Facebook message, and Instagram message through that particular integrated platform. Okay, and apart from that, it can using Meta Business Suite, you can also schedule your content accordingly. So if you are talking about scheduling for the whole month, today you want to schedule for the whole month, okay, you can do that using Meta Business Suite. So there's no more third party such as Hootsuite and so on. You don't need to use it anymore. Okay, Meta Business Suite is free. It helps you to run it with I mean, it can help you not to only run it without cost, but you can save a lot of time. Okay, you don't have to hassle yourself. You don't have to go through the hassle to open up Instagram ads, tengok DM, open up Facebook Messenger, okay, to look for the messages. Yeah, alright. Okay, so then we will be moving on to the Facebook ads. Okay, we'll be moving on to the Facebook ads inside by using Ads Manager. Okay, both Facebook ads and Instagram ads using um, Ads Manager. Okay, so a lot of people, they are mistaken when they run advertisement. It's all about boosting posts, but that's not it. Okay, so boosting posts is like you appointing Facebook as your digital marketing agency to run the ads for you. Hence, that is why within 2 minutes or 1 minute you can settle down the boost post. However, the accuracy would be it's not really accurate. Okay, and when it's not accurate, you are actually spending more. The cost will be higher. Yeah, okay. By using Ads Manager, it gives you the authority to control how you wanted to portray your advertisement, how to market your product or services, and at the same time, it will give you a lot more accuracy since you have the control of your advertisement. Yeah, and when you have a lot of control and you don't appoint someone to run the Facebook ads for you or Instagram ads for you, it means that the cost is lowered down. So this we will be learning in 4.1 and 4.2. Last module would be on the copywriting and content creation. Okay, last time we were talking about having fancy design, having a lengthy copywriting would be the most effective. However, since the demographic shifts happen, okay, demographic shift happens, what happened is that people people's attention span, like I mentioned before, is decreasing. So we have to alter our copywriting technique, whether it's hard selling or soft selling or storytelling or whatsoever, to a minimum, not really a minimum lah, but to a point where it's within their attention span. Okay, and so goes with the graphic design. Okay, so last time, if we are talking about fancy fancy design and so on, it will be like, wow, people will be like, okay, this is a company that I'm confident to go with. But nowadays it's not all about having fancy design. It's all about having a minimal design that is relaxing to the eyes, but they could uh understand what the message you wanted to give them. Yeah, all right. Hence, you would be learning about the content strategy. It's not only about how to create them, but the strategy to ensure the effectiveness of copywriting and also content. Yeah, all right. And last part is very important. Why storytelling sells? This one is so important for you to understand. I would say that hard selling is good, soft selling is also good. Both are also good. Okay, storytelling is a part of soft selling, which actually help the brand to have the organic growth without having to spend a lot of money uh, and be dependent from their advertisement. Okay, so most of the time, we are only dependent on paid advertisement. It's because we are not doing the storytelling to have these brand fans, okay, and change them to our brand advocates. So once we got them becoming our brand advocates, what would happen then would be we could lessen down our ads spend, okay, because those people who become our brand ambassador or brand advocates can actually help us to grow organically. Okay, organically means that you don't need to spend any money lah. Huh? Okay. So these are all the 5 training modules that you will learn together with me in social media marketing course. And why do these modules matter? Okay, so as I've mentioned before, it's to develop loyal fans of the brand, thus increasing the revenue of the company. Okay, when you develop loyal fans, okay, you have this brand ambassador to widen up because they are sharing to their social media, social platform, and so on. You have you might have this chance or opportunity to widen up your visibility to those people who might not see your brand. Okay. Next is to increase the traffic and exposure of the company through social media. Of course, this is why we learn social media, and to develop business partnerships. So a lot of Malaysian brands, in order for them to uh, partner up with the big brands, whether they are local or international, is going to be so hard. Why? Because people don't trust their brand. But having a presence in digital or social media can help these big brands, okay, to leverage your brand. Okay, of course they leverage on your brand to increase their sale, but at the same time you leverage on them to increase your brand stature. Okay, so I saw this one tweet. Okay, there's a phone casing in Malaysia, a company or a brand who is doing phone casing. Okay, and they actually partnered up with Disney. Okay, and that's a very good fit. Okay, not a lot of people have the chance to do that. Why and how? Okay, why? It's because big brands, even they are local or international, they don't easily trust other brands. Okay. Second is how they do it. They go through social media, they increase their fan base, okay, their audience base, and then once people are starting to talk about them, then it increases your brand stature. Okay, let's go back to the number one. Okay, develop loyal fans of the brand, becoming your brand ambassador or a brand advocate. Then these big brands will start to notice you and try to join venture with you in any of their campaign. We can see a lot of time, uh, let's say for instance T Life, yeah, T Life X Famous Amos, T Life X Mummy, and so on. Okay, so these are the example of business partnerships that you can get after going through this social media. I wouldn't say 100% lah, but that's a step or the fundamentals or the foundations for you to develop your business partnerships. Yeah. Next is to provide the market insight. Of course, you wanted to know about what's the market feedback or opinion about your brand. And last but not least is about generating leads. Okay, leads are not your customers, but leads are those who potentially become your customer. Okay, so if you don't have any leads, you don't have any customers. Okay, before you start selling to people, you need to start getting people's interest to you and start communicating with you, kan? Okay, so those people who communicate with you, if they don't buy, they are not your customers, they are called as your potential customers, kan? Okay, or in other words, we call them as leads. So this module matters for you to generate your lead. It helps you to generate more potential customers. Okay, so these are the 5 importance why you should take on these courses and why you should learn all the 5 modules that I've mentioned just now, right? Now, let's move on to the last part, the training methodology. How will I conduct the class? Okay, so how will I conduct the class? And the training mode is remote online training via Zoom. Okay, and apart from having the class lecture, and since I know I'm still, I would say, I've been into university last time. I've been into lecture hall, and it is so boring if we are talking about having only class lectures. We will also be working on case studies. Okay, how those brands such as Coca-Cola, KFC, how do they segmentize their market, and you see how they run and they personalize their advertisement to their particular market segments. Okay, and it is mind blowing. So now we understand why they do that kind of advertisement. It's because they really understand their customer and they do it according to their market segment. Okay, and this is also where we will learn about it is okay to have multiple market segmentation, but having multiple market segmentation, it means that you need to have multiple value for you to offer, and also multiple campaigns of advertisement. Okay, you couldn't use one advertisement to fit both or multiple market segments, right? And last but not least is the interactive participative methods, and this one is very important. Why? We will be discussing a lot. Okay, case study we look into how they work, but from there we will be doing assignments. Of course, this assignments is not for me; it's for you. Okay, for you to have your idea validated. Okay, hence the interactive or participative method is all about us discussing whether this is good or not. It's not about being right or wrong, but we are looking for not only good ideas on how to run your marketing, but you are looking for better ideas for you to run your marketing campaigns, right? Okay, so I guess that's it from me. Thank you. I will now pass on the floor to Mr. Haziq.
Okay, Mr. Iskandar. I think it's time for Q&A session. So here the first question for you.
Okay, so we have Mr. Tamizi. Okay, hello, Mr. Iskandar. I have a question. Since Facebook and Instagram have different audiences, each based, for example, would it be a wrong move to post the same thing content-wise on both platforms? Thank you. Okay, good question. Um, First of all, I would like to touch a little bit on how we stereotype platforms based on age. Yeah. Okay. You see, we couldn't define platforms that are used by this segment by only their age group. Okay, we might say that people, the younger people are in Instagram and the older people in Facebook. However, we might also be wrong. Okay, because we are looking only at their age number. Hence, you need to first plot in your customer persona, understanding where your customers at. Okay, I've met those in my opinion, okay, we thought that the older generation are always in Facebook, but if you're talking about the older generation and they are professionals, okay, we are talking about doctors, lawyers, lecturers, and so on. They are not in Facebook, not really in Facebook, and not really in Instagram, but where they are, they were in LinkedIn. Okay, so that is the example, okay, on how to delete the stereotype out of our mind. Okay, then we go on to your real question, would it be a wrong move to post the same thing? I would say yes, it would be a wrong move, because your customers are at their specific platforms because it's their behavior. So you know where your customers at. If they are in LinkedIn, you post that particular marketing collaterals only on LinkedIn. But maybe in Facebook, you might have a different market segmentation. Therefore, if you have a different market segmentation, the level of communication is different. So when your level of communication is different, you might not attach to them. They don't feel like clicking in with you because their level of communication is not same with you. Okay, for example, okay, I might be speaking professionally here, but when I WhatsApping with Mr. Haziq over there, we are talking about football, so my level of communication will be different. Okay, so that is an example. Okay, what people or consumer want is all about you having the same level of communication with them. You're talking to a lecturer or to professionals, to doctors, for example. You need to speak professionally. If you're talking to a student, if you speak professionally, they will think that you are boring. Okay, because you might be you might be like what I would say, you be sound just like their lecturer, kan? Okay, so you speak to them that you are a student, so they might have that attachment with you. So again, coming back to your question, it would be a wrong move to post the same thing. Of course, you can do the same thing, but maybe a little bit touch on the level of communication has to be there. Yeah. Okay. Then second question would be from Miss Sumita. Does my company really need a blog for social media marketing? Um, okay, I would say it like this: blog, or when it comes to website blog. Okay, if we are talking about search engine optimization, then that might be right because it help your website to organically rank in rank in Google, or other search engines such as Yandex, Bing, and so on. Okay, but when it comes to social media marketing, I don't really think so. Okay, I don't really think so. A blog is needed for social media marketing because the blog itself has no attachment, or there's no metric to click in together with social media marketing. Uh-huh. Okay, a question from Mr. Chu. Hi, Mr. Iskandar. Is social media marketing very important to business? Why? Okay, I think it is very important because at the end of the day, business is all about getting profits, right? So if you're talking about getting profits, there's only two way of it. The first one is for you to increase your revenue, and the second one is for you to reduce your costing. So, if your marketing cost is higher, it might add up to your variable cost, and it will help your variable cost to be higher. Therefore, your profit will be lessened. Okay, let's say for example, your company is making 2 million per year. Okay, 2 million per year. If your cost is 1 million, it means that you will have 1 million profit, kan? But if your company is doing 2 million and your cost is 500,000, you are making 1.5 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I don't know if my mathematics is bad. Okay, just let me know if it's wrong. Okay, so it means that if you could save that 500,000, okay, it means that you are more profitable even though your revenue is just the same, right? So with this being in mind, traditional marketing will actually uh, expand your budget, while social media marketing, a part of digital marketing, actually help you to reduce this cost by getting the same objectives that you want, but they will help you to mitigate, or to lower down your cost a lot. So that is why it's very important for businesses. Yeah.
So, rasanya dah tak ada soalan lagi dah, Cik Iskandar.
Tak ada. Oh, okay, tak ada, tak apa.
Yeah. So I think itulah kita akan buat closing juga. So Mrs. Iskandar, thank you so much for such an insightful presentation on our topic here today, Mrs. Iskandar. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining our live session here today. But it is not the end. Mr. Iskandar will be having his public training, social media marketing, coming 23rd and 24th of June. So, if you're interested, you may reach out to us via the email and contact number provided down below in the ticker. Also, please like our Facebook page if you enjoyed today's session and follow us for future live sessions. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.